Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Chen. We're good.
Okay. 各位弟兄姐
Good
妹
morning,
早。
brothers and sisters.
Hey, Peter, you still eating? I can see you. Yeah, stay well and stay healthy, okay? 大家保持健康。
Everyone, please make sure you're staying healthy here.
今天我们来学我一辈子讲的亲眼看见。
So today I'd like to talk about something that my whole life I experienced, which is seeing with your own eyes.
呀，我先要跟各位解释一下，我上个礼拜犯了一个很大的错误。
I first like to explain to everybody. Last week actually I made a big mistake.
上一个礼拜我们讲到那个纽约死掉16410个人。
Last week I mentioned that in New York there were 16,410 people who have died.
但是香港呢只有4个。
But in Hong Kong there were only 4 people who died.
然后我说纽约死的人呢是香港的400倍。
And that the death rate when compared to New York compared to Hong Kong was 400 times.
其实不对，少掉3600倍。
Actually, that was wrong. Actually, we undercounted by 300 something.
呀，是4000倍才对。
It's 4,000 times. That's correct.
因为多了太多了，是啊 ，too much. So if my imagination, I made a big mistake. 我一个犯很大的错误，4000倍不是400倍。
So actually, the number is so high. I was unfathomable. That's actually 4,000% versus 400%.
我一直都讲400倍，哇！我自己听了几次，我就觉得非常可耻啊，错得这么厉害。
I was thinking about unbelievable that it wrong that big a difference.
哎，我看见西在翻译的时候，他还笑了。那个，我犯了错误，你们笑没有问题，很好，大家一起享受。错误也可以享受嘛，是吧？错得好厉害。
It's okay. Yeah. If you make a mistake, everyone laughing and smiling. It's okay.
4000倍。
4,000 times. That's the difference.
Yeah, 4跟16000是4000倍，不是400倍。
So 4 and then 16,000 is 4,000 times difference.
所以我们纽约 City 因为这个 COVID-19 这个病毒死的人是香港的4000倍。
So then the death rate from the COVID-19 virus in New York City versus Hong Kong is 4,000 times difference.
我已经讲了为什么，什么缘故。
And I already mentioned to you what's the reason.
刚才Visa 在那里祷告的时候啊，他是说有人以为为什么我们纽约的人这个病毒死这么多。
So before when Vincent was praying, he mentioned that why people think that New York has so many people dying.
如果神是爱，为什么神许可这样的事发生？
And that if God is love, why did God allow all these things to happen?
我现在要全世界的人知道，这就是神的爱。
And I want the whole world to know this is God's love.
有些人必须要牺牲，必须要死。
And that some people unfortunately have to be sacrificed, have to die.
叫我们这些活着的人要知道，
To let the people who are alive know.
叫我们学一个非常要紧的功课。
To learn a very important lesson here.
我们活着的时候要信耶稣，
That when we are alive, we must believe in Jesus.
我们要遵守耶稣的道。
They will obey his commandments.
如果你不遵守耶稣的道，
And that if you do not obey his commandments,
你还有更多的灾难要来到。
that you must overcome a lot more than this.
我上个礼拜我也告诉你，这是上帝已经生气了。
And I mentioned to you last week that this is God being angry here.
所以你现在也要知道，这个还有世界的末日。
And I want everyone to know this plus in Judgment Day.
在 世界末日的时候，是全世界所有的人肉体都要死。
And that when it comes to the judgment day, everyone in the world, their physical body will die.
所以大家不要埋怨上帝没有爱心。
And please do not blame God to not to have any love.
就是因为神有爱心，叫我们有灾难可以醒悟过来。
It is because God has love that He causes tragedy, so we will be awakened from this.
好，今天我们要来看，我们自己用眼睛来看。
So today we'll talk about seeing with your own eyes.
现在全美国，刚才我们的 Brother Peter 他也会这样祷告。
And this is talking about the whole world, and Brother Peter preaching like this before.
李斌跟 Peter， 李斌翻译的非常好，准确。Peter 祷告也非常好。
Brother Lee translated very well, and Brother Peter was speaking a very good prayer.
现在全世界跟美国都在看。
That America and the whole world are watching right now.
美国到处都有这个抗议。
And that over the U.S. is a protest.
就是因为这个 George Floyd 他不幸死掉了。
And the reason is because the death of this unfortunate death of Mr. George Floyd.
我们也同时看见这个死的人呢，他的生命显出来。
And right now we can see Mr. George Floyd's life unfolding.
现在他的名字是全世界最响亮。
Right now his name is probably the loudest name going on in the world right now.
差不多每一个人都知道了，都知道他的名字。
Basically, everyone knows this person's name.
可能他的名字比耶稣的名字更响亮了。现在。
Maybe his name is being spread more than Jesus' name right now.
这就是神要生气的一个原因。
And this is another reason why God is very angry.
这就是为什么我们人必须要受灾难。
And this is one of the reasons why humans had to go through these tragedies.
因为全世界人都应该信耶稣，知道耶稣这个名字。
It's because everyone in the world should know Jesus' name.
上帝恩待我们，我们今天一起来学习。
And God has blessed us, and we learned this lesson together today.
希望全世界要学习这个圣经重要的信息。
And I hope that everyone watching would learn this very important lesson in the Bible.
你们要救自己脱离这邪恶的时代。
And that comes from Acts chapter 2 verse 40 to save yourself from this corrupt generation.
现在我们美国到处就有抗议，全世界很多地方也有抗议。
Right now we see that over U.S. there's protests, over the one world there's protests everywhere.
为什么要有这么多的抗议？
Why are there so many protests around the world right now?
就因为现在的人发现这个世界邪恶。
It's because people discovered that there's all this corruption around the world.
全世界的人都希望这个邪恶可以丢掉，可以消除。
They hope that all this corruption around the world can be getting rid of.
世界上的人都有这个愿望，希望是我们的世界是平安健康，大家可以好好的活。
And it is the hope of everyone around the world that we could get rid of corruption so that we could live a healthy, peaceful, and good life.
很多人都要求要有正义，要有和平。
And they hope that everyone will have justice and they have peace and unity with each other.
所以今天我们必须要学这个功课。
And that's why we need to learn the lesson together today.
如果你要正义，要公平，要有没有邪恶的社会。
And that if you want a righteous, you want a
fair
justice, no evil.
OK， 所以你必须要救自己，你自己先不要犯罪。
And that is you yourself must not commit sin.
这就是为什么圣经有这一句话，彼得讲出来的：你要救自己，你自己必须救你自己，离开这些邪恶。
And this is the reason why Apostle Peter wrote in Acts chapter 2, and that is to save yourself from this corrupt generation.
我是希望全世界要叫耶稣的名字出名。
And this is the reason why I hope that everyone in the world would share the name and make the name of Jesus more pronounced.
也要记得，今天我们学这个非常重要的功课。如果你真的要有正义，你必须要先救自己。
And that's why we must learn the lesson together. And that if you're in righteousness, you must have saved yourself in the current generation.
现在我们要来学习，认识一下这个 George Floyd 这个先生他长大的地方。
And we first want to learn about this George Floyd and where he grew up.
我觉得很惊奇，这个地方是 Houston， 是德州 Houston 那边一个地方。
And I'm very surprised that this is somewhere in the Houston area.
因为我以为 Texas 那边德州里面那边应该都是好的地方。
Because in my mind, imagination, that everywhere in Texas is a very good place.
我在 Texas 有3年多的时间。
I was living in Texas for over 3 years.
那50年前我去了好多次这个 Houston 那个地方。
And actually, over 50 years ago, I went to Houston several times.
我竟然不知道，原来在 Houston 还有这种的地方。
And I didn't know that in Houston there's a place like this.
非常可怜。
It's very unfortunate.
Houston 不应该有这种地方。
Houston should not have a place like this.
他说他那个地方是充满贫穷、毒品、恶徒、暴力。
And that this place actually was filled with poverty, drugs, gangs, and violence.
这也是非常非常的悲惨的事情。
And this is a very, very unfortunate thing.
为什么贫穷、毒品、恶徒、暴力会在同一个地方发生？为什么在贫穷的地方还有毒品，有人吸毒，还有人作恶，还有暴力的事情？他们贫穷的地方应该这些都没有的。他穷到没饭吃，他没有钱买毒品，怎么会有这种事情？这也是令人家生气的一件事情。
And why is it a place that is filled with poverty at the same time also have drugs and gangs and violence? You have no money to buy food and yet you deal with drugs and violence and gangs. And this is something that is making you very frustrated.
我相信我们的基友都应该知道，贫穷是什么意思？没饭吃，没有钱买东西吃。
And but I believe that Z will know what this poverty means, and that means you have no money to buy food, no place to live.
如果你没有钱可以买饭，怎么有人有钱去买毒品？怎么有人有力气去作恶？有暴力，你暴力，你必须要有好的身体，健康的身体，有力量的身体，你才能有暴力爆出来。
And that if you think about it, if you have no money to buy food, where do you have the money to buy drugs? And if you don't have money to buy food, where do you have the energy to form gangs and commit all this violence?
看见吗？这些都不是不合理的事，这不是 human 的事情。
And we think about it, this doesn't make any logical sense. It's not human thing to do.
Yeah, it does not make sense. 你没有饭吃，怎么有力量、有钱去买毒品？这些都不可想象的事情。
And it's unfathomable that if you have no money to eat, how do you buy drugs and how do you have energy to be in a gang and commit violence?
全世界听见没有？连我都生气。如果你没有钱吃饭，那怎么有钱去买毒品？怎么有钱去做暴力？
And even I am very upset about this. And if you think, why is it someone had no money to buy food, should have money to buy drugs, but energy to do violence?
这是非常不好的事情。
It's a very, very bad thing here.
还有，他讲到他高中的时候，读中学、高中的时候，他是有心要脱离，不要做这些事。他也知道这些事是坏事，是不能做的事。
And actually, in his junior high and also high school years, he actually did try to get out of trouble, and he knows that these are not good things.
他还要帮助其他人不要去做这些恶事。
And he actually helped other people to do the same as well.
我一辈子就不明白，为什么穷人穷到没有饭吃，还会去做这些恶事。
And in my whole life, I never understood why is that people who are so poor can still do these evil deeds.
我就记得我做小孩子的时候，穷到没饭吃，走路都有麻烦，怎么有力量去做恶事？怎么有钱去买毒品？这不可思议的事，不可想象，我没有办法想象。没有钱买饭吃，但是有钱去买毒品， 这些都不可想象的事情，全世界人类都不应该有的。
And then when I was younger, I had barely had money to buy food, have trouble walking, so I cannot even imagine how people can actually buy drugs or commit violence despite being so poor.
看见吗？上了恩典，现在我可以讲这样的道，跟各位分享全世界，这就是不应该发生的事。
It's by the grace of God I'm able to preach like this and to share everybody these things that doesn't make any sense at all.
所以全世界那些埋怨神的爱心的问题的人，应该醒悟过来。
And the people who blame God for not having love must understand this.
那我们人是神所造的，你这样的事，你没饭吃，但是有钱去买毒品，是可恶的事情，是上帝应该生气要惩罚的事情。
And that we are people who are made in God's image. You know, how do we don't have money to buy food and yet have money to buy drugs? Of course, it's something that leads to anger by God.
全世界听清楚，恶死也不要去做恶事。
The whole world must listen carefully that even if you were to starve to death, you should not commit evil.
你情愿饿死，还可以清高行正义，上帝就得到荣耀了。
And that even if you starve to death, you could still pursue righteousness.
Yeah.
Pursue righteousness, and then you will glorify God's name.
他是个子高的人，又高又大又有力量。他打篮球、打足球、美式足球都非常好的。
And this George Floyd, he was very tall, big, and strong. He played basketball, football very well.
这个报道里面说到他是一个play 那个美式足球非常好。他本来足够能够跟 LeBron James 看见是现在我们最出名的篮球还有 Tom Brady 是我们最出名的美式足球，他有足够能力跟他们来 play ball。
And supposedly he was skilled enough that he could possibly be playing basketball with LeBron James and football with Tom Brady.
非常可惜，非常可怜。
Very, very unfortunate.
为什么他会结果在5月25号2020年去用20块钱假的钱去买什么东西？去买烟吸，这是什么事情？穷人有钱去买烟，这个我是一辈子不能明白的。
And this is why it's so unfortunate that he ended up using a fake $20 bill to buy cigarettes. And so I could never imagine why someone so poor would need to buy cigarettes with so little money.
这是我曾经一辈子不能明白的这事情。
This is something my whole life I could never understand.
如果我没钱买面包吃，我绝对不会买其他东西。
If I don't have enough money to buy bread, I would definitely not buy anything else.
为什么我有这个智慧，他们没有？全世界的人都应该有的，这是普通常识。
Why is it I have this knowledge, but other people in the world do not? This is very basic.
好了，现在我们讲到他读中学、高中读完了以后，去南佛罗里达那里读大学。
And after high school, he actually went to the South Florida State University for college.
你知道 South Florida State University 那个美式足球ball 是非常那个 basketball 那个足球是非常出名的。
And actually, the South Florida State University, the football program is very famous.
后来他那里读得不好，后来就去 Texas A&M 那里读大学。
And after a couple of years, he went to Texas A&M for 2 years.
然后2年以后，他离开，他没有毕业。
And he left the college after a few years without a degree.
然后他就回到Houston 这个穷苦、毒品、恶徒、暴力这个环境里面生活。
And afterwards, he went back to Houston, a place where he filled with poverty, drugs, gangs, and violence.
然后他也参加叫做 Fountain of Praise Church 那个教会的活动。Fountain 就活泉的意思，就泉水涌出来的泉水。Fountain of Praise 这个 church 的活动。
And actually, he actually joined a church called the Fountain of Praise Church in Houston. He was actually very active there.
Yeah， 还有他帮助那个教会做了很多事情。
He did a lot for the church actually.
好像要摆椅子啊。我们这里大家都知道，好像我们每一个人来到这里，大家都一起做事情。
Like he over there, he moved chairs, for example, and everyone in this church as well. We come together, and we do work for the church.
非常好，非常有机会的一件事情。
And this is a very good thing, opportunities here.
他有参加许多教会的项目，那个 program 好像呢什么 program 他都有参加。
And he actually involved in many church programs there, whatever he can do.
床边有放着一本圣经。
He even had a Bible by his bedside.
然后呢，继续报道下去，我又发现他们报道他从此以后，他有10年专门去做恶事、犯罪做恶的事情。然后最严重的一次是他用枪顶住一个孕妇，在他家里面抢他东西。
And actually, a report that said his next 10 years of his life actually full of criminal activities. The worst involved him robbing a pregnant woman at gunpoint in her house.
非常可怜，他忽然间就报道说，他继续10年犯罪做恶的事。
It was very fortunate that the report said for 10 straight years he's full of these criminal activities.
所以结果他惨死了。
And in the end, he died a gruesome death.
所以引起我们全世界、全美国这么多的抗议。
And which stirred up the protests over America and over the world.
这是非常悲惨的事。
It's a very, very tragic thing.
目前我们还没有发现，他没有报道什么事情会叫他参加了这样的教会，然后还会变得这么坏。
And so far, I did not find any reason the reports that why did he attend church and still commit all these criminal activities.
所以我们只能够从他用20块钱假的钱去买烟来推想一下。
So we can only use this example of him using a fake $20 bill to buy cigarettes.
他为什么要用假的钱去买烟？
Why did he use a fake money to buy cigarettes?
这个假钱哪里来？
Where did he get it from?
还有这些烟哪里来？
Where were the cigarettes from?
世界上为什么有人要卖烟，有人要买烟？
Why are there people in the world who want to buy cigarettes and also sell cigarettes?
为什么有人要造假钱出来？
Why do people in the world want to make fake currency?
这些都是犯罪作恶的事情。
These are all very evil doers.
都是我们人不应该有的事情。
It's not something that we human beings should have.
所以他这个死也是因为有假钱，也是因为有人卖烟，造这些假烟，造这些烟出来。
And this, you could also say that his death is also a result of people making fake money and also selling cigarettes.
如果没有人卖烟，那没有人买烟了。
If no one's selling cigarettes, then no one buying cigarettes.
我们今天全世界就没有这个恶事发生了。
And that's in the whole world, we won't have this evil thing happen anymore.
我确实知道这个赞美活泉这个教会不会教导他、训练他去用假的钱去买烟。
And I can be quite sure that this Fountain of Praise Church did not teach him to use fake currency to buy cigarettes.
实际上，照我知道的，没有一个教会，特别是他们假信耶稣也好，什么信也好，总归没有，我不会发现有一个教会，他会叫人去用假钱去买烟。
And according to my understanding, this is whatever all the churches around the world, whether you really believe in God or really believe in Jesus or not believe in Jesus, they will not teach their members to do this.
是他自己犯罪，自己发明出来要去犯罪。
This is something that he made up himself to commit this evil.
因为我知道宗派的教会他们是没有照圣经传道，但是呢，他们也要求人要做好事，不要做恶事。
And even these denominations, even they don't really believe in Jesus, they still encourage the members to do righteous and not do evil.
我们也确实可以知道一件事情，他们没有遵守圣经的教导。
But one thing we can be sure that they did not follow the commandments in the Bible.
因为如果他有遵守这一节圣经的教导，
And that if he followed the teaching in this verse,
这个圣经说，信主耶稣的人不可被任何事控制。
And that's and Jesus said that he'll tell us to, I will not be mastered by anything.
所以他去买烟，为什么有钱不去买饭吃，哪去买烟？
So why did he not have money to buy food, but have money to buy
因
cigarettes?
为他被烟控制了，
And that was because he was mastered by this cigarette smoking.
所以他没有遵守这些圣经，那是可以确定的。
And that from this you could tell that he did not follow this verse in the Bible.
好像有时候我们在教会里面，我也看见有些男人呢，赶快跑出教堂去，然后再回来。
Just like I have seen some men run out from the church building to smoke a cigarette and then come back in.
我还没有讲，你就会翻译啊，非常好啊。OK， 就是然后他回来的时候，我就闻到烟味。
And then when this person
是啊，他快步的冲出去教堂，然后呢进来再讲话的时候，我就闻到有烟味。
So when these people they run out of church to smoke a cigarette and run back in, and when they're talking, I can smell the smoke, the cigarette smoke in the mouth.
所以我就知道他刚才冲出去吸几口烟，然后再进来。
So then that's how I know that this person ran out, took a few puffs of smoke and came back in.
其实他被烟控制了。
And see, this person is controlled by their cigarette.
这个 Mr. Floyd 呢，他用假钱去买烟，为什么他要用假钱也要去买烟？他被烟控制了。
So this Mr. George Floyd, he used a fake $20 bill to buy cigarettes. And why is it? Because he's been controlled by the cigarettes.
你看见没有？就是因为他没有遵守圣经的教导。
And this is because he did not follow the commandments in the Bible.
如果他有遵守圣经的教导，
If he would have followed teaching of the Bible,
他不会用假钱去买烟。
he would not use fake money to buy cigarettes.
他现在还活着。
And he probably still be alive today.
现在全世界这些抗议也不需要发生。
And all these protests on the world would not need to happen.
所以大家要想清楚，
And everyone must realize this and
是
understand.
我们要不要救自己？
And that if everyone wants to save themselves,
我们必须要救自己。
we must save ourselves.
我们必须遵守耶稣的教导，
We must obey Jesus' teachings.
我们就不会给任何毒品、给香烟、吸烟控制。
And that we will not be controlled by any drugs or cigarettes.
还有，他是一个用嘴巴信耶稣的人。
And he was a Jesus believer in his mouth only.
他去教会就算这些教会，他们圣经没有这种教会，但是呢，他们也劝人要承认信耶稣。
And even though this church is not in the Bible, they still teach their members to say they believe in Jesus.
所以他们是用嘴巴信耶稣。
They only believe in Jesus with their mouth.
还有，他没有遵守以弗所书4章28节。
And he also did not follow Ephesians chapter 4, verse 28.
这里告诉我们，没有人要去偷东西。
And it's saying to us that he who has been stealing must steal no longer.
大家要亲手做正经的事。
But everyone must work.
然后呢，他有钱买东西吃。
So that he could buy something with money that he makes.
然后呢，还可以帮助其他的人。
And that he may also have something to share with those in need.
我们非常感谢神的恩典。
And we're very thankful for God's grace.
我们教会的人，特别是 Peter、Z、Daniel 我现在看着你们3个，非常高兴。我们都勤力做工。
And that people like Z, Daniel, Peter, they're all willing to work.
所以我们不单是自己有饭吃。
And that not only we have food to eat for ourselves.
当然有一件事情，我们是非常穷。
But one thing is we are actually very poor in
我们没有钱可以去买烟，
that we don't have money to buy cigarettes.
但是呢，我们有一点钱可以帮助人。
But we have a little bit of money to help people.
是啊，对不对啊？我们基督教会的人，我们都是勤力做工，我们遵守圣经的教训。
And that people in the church, Church of Christ, are willing to work and listen to the teachings of the Bible.
全世界听清楚，
People around the world, please listen carefully.
如果你遵守圣经的教导，
If you go by the teaching of the Bible,
以后有机会我们再分享这个，就没有穷人。
and we will talk more about this next time, is that if you go by teaching the Bible, there were no poor people.
有人可能要辩说，现在是病毒，大家都lock down了，他失业了，没工作做。但是如果你上网去看这个赞美活泉这个教育是怎样的，你就不会这样想了。
And some people might even argue that during this COVID-19 lockdown, this person lost his job, so on and so on. But if you go internet and look up what kind of church the Fountain of Praise Church is, you will not say this anymore. They have over 20,000 members.
他们有2万 member， 他们有2万的教友。
And that this church has over 20,000 members here.
上帝的恩典，我承认就确实的知道。
And that this is by God's grace, I know this.
I John Chen know for sure. OK.
Okay.
如果我有2万 member 在这里。
And that if we have 20,000 members here in this church,
you can imagine, right? See, we have Peter and he's right in the church, and he's cleaning right in the church. 有很多人可以免费看医师。
and that if we have this much members, we have probably a free service to see doctors here.
We can pay Peter 2 million a year. Peter, enough? 2 million enough? 看见没有？他们2万 member， 所以不要给我说他穷，他没有钱吃饭。
And this church has over 20,000 members, so please not say to me that these people here are poor and they don't have money to eat.
他可能帮助了别人，但是迷失了自己。
And this person, he might have helped save others, but he himself was lost.
这个现在他长大的地方跟我有很多相同的地方。
There's actually many similarities in the way Mr. Floyd and myself grew up.
我不是要夸奖我自己。
I'm not here to praise myself.
我是要给全世界知道，这是现实。上帝恩待我有这个经验。
And I just want everyone in the world to know that this is reality, and I thank God that I have this experience.
我一辈子都要讲现实，而且我自己的经验。
My whole life, I want to talk about reality and also my own experience.
他在 Houston 充满贫穷，还没有自己的父亲。我在香港也是一样，贫穷没有自己的父亲。
And he grew up in one of Houston's poor neighborhood without a father. I myself grew up in one of Hong Kong's poorest neighborhood without a father.
他生活环境充满贫穷、毒品、恶徒暴力。
And his early life in his neighborhood was filled with poverty, drugs, gangs, and violence.
我从小就看见很多。
And I've seen a lot of this when I was very young.
我也是在这个环境长大的。
And I grew up around this kind of environment.
他们那里他们这个报道说，他们那里男孩很多活不到20岁就死掉了。我那个时候是以为我们能活到50岁就很长命了。
And the report I read said that many young people, especially young men, did not even live past their 20s. When I was younger, I thought 50 would be a very long life.
你知道我今年多少岁吗 ，Daniel？ You know how old I was? I'm 80. I'm 30 over 50. Peter, I got it right this time, right? I'm 30 over 50. 30 plus, right? See? Smile. I thank God. OK. 我很感谢神的恩典。我在他的同样的环境 活出来的。
And I'm very thankful to God for His blessings that I grew up in the same kind of situation as he did.
他中学的时候也很想自己不做恶事，还去帮助其他人不做恶事。
And that when he was in high school, he actually determined to not to commit evil and help other people get out of trouble.
这是跟我相同的一点，我们这一样是非常一样的。
And this is where he and I were similar.
我那个时候也是这样的。
I was like this when I was younger.
但是上帝恩待我去的教会是基督的教会。
But God has blessed me that the church I went to is the Church of Christ.
他全程帮助那个教会工作。
And he was dedicated to helping the church do work.
现在我要讲他与我有不同的地方。
Now I want to talk about the differences in the way he and I lived.
当然，你可以说现实上面来说，我跟他有最不同的地方是，我还活着在传道，他死掉了。
Of course, in reality, you could say the biggest difference is that I'm still alive and preaching the gospel, but he has died.
当然，他比我更出名了，全世界都知道他的名字了。
Of course, he's a lot more famous than I am. Everyone around the world knows who he is.
但是在这里，只有我们教会那几百个人，可能以前中文学校有几千人，他们知道我的名字。
Of course, here in this church, it might be a few hundred people, and back then, in the Chinese program, a few thousand people might know who I am.
这里还有另外一个很大的不同。
And there's another thing that's a very big difference here.
在香港，你去读书啊，从小孩子开始都要交学费的。他在 Houston 所有学费都不要的。
And that in Hong Kong, starting from the very beginning, elementary school, tuition was required. But in Houston, his education was all free.
还有，他大学没有读成功，我是非常大学的功课。
Even though he did not finish college, I actually love to be in college.
还有，他又高又大又强壮。
And also that he was big and tall and strong.
但是我在香港长大的时候，他们都说我是瘦到好像猴子一样。
And that people who saw me say I was described to be as thin as a monkey.
因为我穷没钱买饭吃嘛。
And that's because I was poor and I cannot afford food.
所以就很猴子，还有香港的猴子都是瘦的哦，没有肥的猴子哦。
In Hong Kong, all the monkeys are very thin. They don't have fat monkeys.
Hey, Zia, did you find any fat monkey? Okay, but Hong Kong monkey is all thin. Okay, 都是很瘦的，所以他们才用 monkey 来形容我。
It's because in Hong Kong, all the monkeys are very thin, and that's why they use that analogy for me.
那他20几岁离开大学，做了10年的作恶的事。
And that in his 20s, after he left college, he actually engaged 10 years of criminal activities.
我20几岁离开大学，我一面教书，一面拿着圣经到处传福音。
And in my 20s, I was a teacher holding a Bible, sharing the truth in the Bible.
我就能够想象，如果这个 George 能够拿起那本圣经，不是放在床边，他睡的地方，如果他手拿着那本圣经，到处去传福音。
And I could imagine that this George Floyd, if he were to pick up the Bible and not have it by his bedside, and went out and preached.
好像我一样，拿着圣经，一面教书有饭吃，然后到处去传福音。
And just like if he were to be like me, on one hand, teach so I have money to buy food, and also share the truth of the Bible with people.
他现在还活着，到处去传福音，帮助人。可能他建立的教会比我建立的多好多。
And that if he continued to do this, by this time he'll probably be alive. And if he were to establish a church, he'll probably have a lot more people than the church we are in right now.
记得今天我要叫大家知道的是什么经文。
And please take note that the verse in the Bible I want everyone to know is what.
我们每一个人都要救自己。
And everyone must save themselves.
我们自己决定要好好的读书。
that we must make the decision to study well in school.
我们要好好的读圣经，
We must study the Bible well.
然后努力的传福音，
That means we'll work hard to spread the truth in the Bible.
就全世界都好了。
Then all the world will have peace.
他是 Houston 那边赞美获全教会的中心信徒。
That he was actually dedicated in person in the founding of Praise Church in Houston.
我是香港那边基督教会中心传道人，当然后来我来了美国。
And I was a dedicated preacher in the Church of Christ in Hong Kong, and then I came to America.
那我这里只能够讲可能，
And I can only speak if at this point.
It's possible，OK？ 如果他是参加的教会是基督的教会 ，Houston 那边很多基督教会。
And I only say right now is it possible, and if he were to go to a Church of Christ, and actually in Houston, there are a lot of Church of Christ there.
Yeah， 我去过 Houston， 访问了很多 Church of Christ。
And actually, I went to actually what's it called?
I visited Houston. I visited many Church of Christ in Houston. OK， 如果上帝恩待他能够参加基督教会，可能不会发生。
And then if God bless him, and if he were to attend the Church of Christ instead in Houston, this probably would not happen.
有时候也可能因为他的教会人太多。
And also sometimes it's a possibility that there's too many people in the church.
所以这么好的年轻人，
And if someone, this good young man,
他又高又大，又有力量，又肯帮助教会的工作。
someone like him who's big and strong, and also willing to do the work in the church.
他一定在教会里，基督教会里面的人一定会派他去做一些事情。
Then the people in the Church of Christ will send him to do things.
所以他是一个非常好的人才。
He's a good good person to have.
我立志要忠心遵守彼得前书4章11节。
I myself am determined to obey 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 11 and Ephesians 4:28.
还有以弗所书4章28节。
And also Ephesians chapter 4 verse 28.
还有许多其他的经文。
Along with a lot more other scriptures.
如果全世界所有的传道人，不管他是在哪里，强调彼得前书4章11节。
If any preacher in the world, if they were to determined to obey this and emphasize this, 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 11.
一定要常常说，常常提醒你信耶稣，必须要遵守耶稣的道。
And also remind the people in the church to, if you believe in Jesus, you must obey His commandments.
我就觉得很伤心，也很可怜。
And I feel very sad and feel very unfortunate.
这么好的年轻人，又强壮又有力量，个子又大，又能打篮球，又能打足球。哇，Z有机会跟他一起配就好了哦。
And I feel for someone like this who's very big, tall, and strong, who could play football, could play basketball. It was such a waste.
Hey Peter, sometimes play basketball with Z, OK？ 我们的年轻人大家一起 play basketball 多 happy， 怎么会去买烟？哎呀，真是很可怜，怎么会去抢劫？这是哎，我不要说了，我不能讲。
And that how good it would be if young people come together to play basketball rather than get fake money to buy cigarettes and do drugs.
这是我们自己个人的问题。
And this is something that our own issues here.
Yeah， 所以我们必须要救自己。
And that's why we must save ourselves first.
我们自己要决定要好好的信耶稣，跟随耶稣的榜样。
That and once we make the decision to follow Jesus and use Jesus as an example.
圣经说勤力工作，我们就勤力工作。
And the Bible says to work hard, that we would work hard.
圣经说不要偷东西，我们就不偷东西。
The Bible says do not steal, that we will not steal.
我们有正义，我们要诚实。
That we will have righteousness, we will have integrity.
所有的人结论了。
And
所有的人的命，所有人的命都是命，都是重要，都需要正义。
And everyone's life is important. Everyone's lives matter, and we must have justice for all.
这是全世界都知道的。
This is something that everyone in the world knows.
但是我们必须要自己这样做。
That we must ourselves must do this first.
我们不要要求其他人做什么。
We should not expect other people to do certain things.
我们要要求自己要做什么。
We must request ourselves to do what?
神的工作在好多地方我们都可以参加。
That the work of the Lord, we could participate in many different areas.
好像现在全世界在那里抗议。
Just like around the world, all these protests.
我就以为这是浪费时间。
I feel this is a waste of time.
他们每一个人应该安安静静，看见他这样死，非常可怜。
That everyone should be quiet. And of course, we see this person dying, very unfortunate.
然后好好的信耶稣。
And we should all believe in Jesus well.
然后跟随耶稣，听从圣经的教导。
We must follow Jesus and also listen to the commandments of the Bible.
你要求人家去做，你要求人家做，自己在搞什么？
If you want to request other people to do certain things, how about yourself?
60多年前那个Martin Luther King， 他不是也是这样做这个事情吗？
And 60 years ago, Martin Luther King, didn't he do the same thing?
大家要好好的信耶稣，好好的做工。
Everyone should believe in Jesus well and do work hard.
大家先行正义。
And everyone should first seek righteousness.
你先去抗议做什么啊？
And when you go protest, what are you protesting for?
要人家做，那你自己做什么呢？
You want other people to do this, but how about yourself?
你自己要做吗？
Then you must do yourself first, no?
那你最少你自己有正义了。
In the very least, you yourself have a righteousness.
你的邻居、你的家庭、你的兄弟姐妹有正义了。
And that your neighbors, your family, and brothers and sisters, relatives will have righteousness.
我们很有福气啊。
And we are very lucky here.
我们在美国。
We are in America right now.
如果我们讲穷人在美国是什么意思？
When we say people who are poor in America, what does that mean?
其实在美国根本没有穷人。
And actually, in America, there is no poor people.
有人常常说，穷人比我们都又肥又大。
So a lot of people say poor people is even bigger and fatter than we are.
为什么呢？没饭吃，怎么会又肥又大呢？你以为他们是橡皮啊？橡皮带会吹起来的这个世界。
And why is it that the people who have nothing to eat and you are big and fat, you think they're like a balloon and you blow it and they get bigger?
哇，翻译得非常好 ，perfect。OK， 吹那个 air 进去这个世界不知道他想什么。总而言之呢，我们美国是信靠神的国家。
In the end, America is a in God we trust nation.
求神赐福我们美国。
And we ask that God bless America.
各位弟兄姐妹
dear brothers and sisters,
要记得我们今天有功课。
Please remember today's lesson.
我们必须救自己。
We must first save ourselves.
这个灾难发生
This tragedy that happened
就是因为神爱我们，
is because God loved us.
特别是爱我们这些还活着的人。
And particularly those who are still alive.
我们可以因为人家死掉了，人家的悲惨，我们得到警惕，我们得到提醒。
And it's the unfortunate things that happen to other people then which they died that we receive this reminder.
所以我们要好好的要记得，是的，神爱我们，神要救我们。
And we will always remember that God loves us and God wants to save us.
但是神必须要我们救自己。
But God wants us to save ourselves as well.
我常常举这个例子。
And always raise this example.
妈妈煮好饭摆在桌子上面。
And that your mom, after she cooks a meal and put it in front of you on the table.
但是你必须坐下来吃。
But you must sit down and eat it.
如果你不吃
If you do not eat it,
你还是会饿死的。
you will still starve to death.
全天下要记得
The whole world must remember
上帝恩待我们，
God has blessed us,
叫我们活着，
that we are as long as we are alive,
叫我们有基督的教会，
that we have a church of Christ.
我们就要珍惜，我们就要好好的找机会，在基督的教会里面行事为人，照着圣经真理。
And that as long as we are alive, we must do it well, and that is to seek righteousness and follow teachings in the Bible.
那我再提一下了，
And also remind you of this.
这 Mr. Floyd 跟我陈约翰有什么不同？
And that as to what the difference is between Mr. Floyd and myself, John Chen.
我有机会信耶稣，我就一辈子跟着耶稣。
And that I had a chance to believe in Jesus, and I will follow Jesus forever.
如果他跟我一样，
If he was the same as me,
不是把圣经放在床边，
he would not put the Bible by his bedside.
他是拿着圣经在手里面，
And rather, he will hold the Bible in his hand.
然后到处去传福音，
He'd go over a place to preach the gospel.
他就不会使用这些假钱。
And he would not use this fake money.
那我根本不知道去什么地方拿到那个假钱 ，I don't even know how to get it. You know that？ 啊，你要想去得到假钱，你都没有办法。
And I myself, I don't even know where you could possibly get these fake money.
还有，我永远不会被烟控制去买烟。
And now I will never be controlled by cigarettes to buy cigarettes.
有圣经要读，要去传，
And there's a Bible to read, to preach.
然后他还活着嘛。
And then he'd be alive.
今天我们就没有这些事情了。
Then we want to have all these things today.
上帝恩待我们，
God has blessed us.
愿神赐福你健康平安哈。
May God bless you and grant you good health and peace.
哎，Zia，谢谢你翻译哈。
No problem, Mr. Chen.
Very good. Daniel, Peter, everybody, stay well.